Look at this freaking crazy tunnel. When they're old like this, it always kind of creeps me out a little bit. Just like for a little bit of time.
Yeah. 21 meetings.
Welcome back. Now that was quite different, wasn't it? A rather urban hike, if I do say so myself. If you thought that was fun and interesting, be sure to hit that like button down below so we can help other people check out this trail as well. That was Boston's Emerald Necklace, a system of parks throughout Boston linked by parkways and waterways. And the path I followed throughout this whole winding trail was around 11.5 miles total from Franklin Park all the way to the Boston Common. So it was a little crazy and interesting hiking this trail, knowing just how much history there was behind it, that it was designed by Frank Law Olmstead, one of the premier landscape architects throughout the entire United States. He even designed Central Park in New York City. He designed this park back in the 1860s, and they finally started implementing it in the 1870s. So we're talking a lot of history, but actually several of the component parks of the trail system are even older. We're talking Boston Common from the freaking 1630s. Like, that's not even like very long after the freaking Pilgrims settled in Boston. And then there's also the Public Garden, which is also from the 1830s. Now, I just have to be really honest with you guys when it came to this trail. I think I just found an instance where the whole is not greater than the sum of its parts, as the common expression goes. You know, it was both exactly what I was expecting and just a little bit lacking. It kind of just felt exactly like what it was describing. It's so obvious when you think about it. The emeralds of the necklace, you know, each of these very specific, sometimes extremely famous, well-maintained and highly visited parks were the most fun instances on the trail, and then all the little connector parts of the trail. Sometimes was just even road walking. Look at that, we're going right by Fenway Park. And I think there's a game. Didn't give it a cohesive feel of one entire trail system. It was just weird and different, like hiking all the way through it. You know, to their credit, on the Emerald Necklace's website, they do show that there is a suggested walking route to do the entire thing, which is what I did for you today. But the majority of people, and I don't even know the last time someone actually hiked that whole trail. The majority of people don't actually do that. What is a much more common thing is to go and enjoy the specific parks that are within the Emerald Necklace in discrete chunks. Say, go to the Boston Common, go to the Arboretum, and check out all those different locations. My personal favorite parks that I found along the way were definitely the Arnold Arboretum, the Boston Common, the Public Garden, and that little stretch along Commonwealth Avenue. Now, if you are inspired though, and are a true completionist like I am, I did include a link to a custom all trails map that I made in the description down below, so you can check it out. And hey, it's also useful if you just want to check out the individual parks along the way. I labeled all of them, have nice little landmarks and pictures so that you can definitely go check out the individual spots. For my difficulty designation, I'm actually going to bump this one up to an off the beaten path, simply because of how long I was hiking that day, 11.5 miles, almost 12. I don't think a lot of people are going to do that. If you hike it in more manageable chunks, say the Boston Common, the Public Garden, Jamaica Pond, the Arboretum, of course, each of those individually would come in at a walk in the woods. So would I necessarily recommend hiking all 12 miles of the Emerald Necklace to see every single part of it all at once? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna recommend though that you check out each of the individual parks on different days. Definitely the Boston Common, the Public Garden, Commonwealth Avenue, Jamaica Pond, and the Arnold Arboretum. Those ones were my favorite. Definitely be sure to check those out. They were so scenic. The Arboretum, especially in the springtime when I went, had so many flowers. Highly recommend, but not necessarily the full 12 miles that I did. But hey, that was just my opinion. I hope people don't feel like I'm disparaging one of Boston's greatest landmarks, because I'm not. I'm saying go check out the individual spots that are the most interesting. And hey, let me know if you agree or disagree with that assessment in those comments down below, or if you have any ideas where I should be hiking next. Well, what are you still doing here? Go get hiking.